I want to talk to you a little about my Ehlers-Danlos syndrome journey. It's been a quite a long journey, but I will keep it short. It started mostly in my hands when I was uh, 29, so it was a long time ago. At that point, I met a doctor who said that I was too young to be in pain like this. I was kind of obnoxious probably for him. So I kind of forced him to do anything. It turned out that I, after a blood test, was ANA positive. I don't know if I am because it can be a false positive, but it at least made me qualified to meet other people who was more of an experts on different kind of pains. I was assigned to a physiotherapist, and she was definitely an expert. She worked with most of the Ehlers-Danlos patients in my city, and she said I am hypermobile and probably that I had a classical kind of Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. But when I was 30, I got pregnant. Everything stopped. Well, the body changes that much, so you can't do a lot. And I was really bad in my hips, and I almost prematurely gave birth a couple of months early, but he managed to stop it. And I was on bed rest a lot. So, yeah, I had difficulties. But after this, I got in touch with the physiotherapy again, and it only got worse. It wasn't easy, and after quite some time, I got actually assigned a wheelchair. So I used that because I couldn't walk 500 meters and I was in so much pain. So shopping and even the groceries, I couldn't do it without painkillers, strong painkillers. But it still continued to get worse. I was at two different pain rehab centers to see if they could do anything, if they could help me, but nothing. Probably because there was no expertise on this, at that point, very rare thing in Sweden. I got the information that you might not get worse, but you will not get better. When I was 35, I made some changes in my life due to depression. I had to change a lot of things at home, and I actually also changed my diet and went completely vegetarian. Due to all these improvements, I managed to feel some improvement in my pain. It didn't hurt as much. So after just a couple of weeks, it went pretty fast. I stopped taking painkillers daily. Only the bad days when I had a lot to do. I started to exercise. I started to walking a lot outside, and when I walked so much that it took a lot of time, I started to run a bit. This is not long runs. It's 1 kilometers. It's not much, but it was a few times a week, and I felt good about all this. I started to work when I was 37 again. Same year, I was able to start going to the gym, work out pretty hard, and a few years later, and with different kinds of jobs, I worked with a personal trainer at the gym. And I did that up to the pandemic. Well, at that point, I had to stop a lot of it. I had gotten another job. It was physically hard, so I couldn't do much on my free time. I did change my work a few times at that point due to pain and due to things that happened and the pandemic actually. I was really exhausted a few times. It's 1.5 years ago I lost my last job due to the inflations. It's politics, you can't do much about it. But I also have had a lot of pain in my shoulders, so much that I couldn't get dressed without pain, really sharp pain. I believe it was a frozen shoulder. Doctors, not so much. They couldn't tell what I had. They just said, "You will work out," and I couldn't because it got worse. Even with a physiotherapist, it actually got really much worse. But here at this point, my Ehlers-Danlos gives me pain in my hips, and when I walk really far while I'm hiking or something like that, I do get pain in my legs and the back. Sometimes my neck, especially, gives me some pain, but not to this extent that I have to take painkillers. And then it is my shoulders, which is improving, and I'm really happy for that. I'm not a vegetarian anymore. I went back to regular diet. I eat a lot of vegetarian stuff still. I don't eat a lot of red meat. I mostly eat chicken, not much, mostly vegetarian because I like it. And it's easy and it's cheaper. So I can manage and I'm coping really well, and I don't have painkillers now more than the really, really bad days. If you have any questions, drop them below and I will try to answer as much as I can. Thank you for listening. Bye.